Welcome back to You Haven't Played, where we play the games that we haven't played.
Where's our tune?
Yeah, apparently they're like, get on with it, fucking get out of here.
How wonderful. Sunshine and the blue
So we're on the hunt because the Baroness was murdered, most cruelly, by someone.
More importantly, could you do me a solid? Could you leave this room?
Yeah.
And then come back?
Sure. Oh, you want the song back?
I just want to see if it will come back.
There you
go. Okay. Whew. Thank God.
Yeah, we stowed away on this ship after heroically saving a child. And, yeah. So, we found a gentleman from the Arab Peninsula. Maybe he's not. Maybe he has origins from the Arab Peninsula. But he's in the cargo hold with Constable Englishman.
Constable English.
I'd like to lie in the sun and take a nap, but I
Paris
don't have
policeman.
time for that at the moment.
Yes.
Swiss policeman. Is everyone from a different place?
There's
a lot
two
of people
Americans.
are from America, right?
There's two Americans. There's the lady. There's the
mother, and then the rich woman. Right?
Yes.
Where's Agatha Christie from?
England.
In this game as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Oliver's from England, Legrand's from France, the doctor's from Germany, the kid's American too, obviously. Is everyone? Oh, and the violinist, I don't know where the fuck he's from. I think he's from. You think he's German too?
I think he's German.
No,
I remember them saying something.
Business before pleasure.
Okay. Alright, I wanted to just take a chill pill, but apparently Jakob will not have none of it. See, he even calls himself Jakob too. So.
Wait. Aren't we supposed? We're supposed to go to the kitchen. We gotta find the champagne glass.
I think we're supposed to go find Legrand to let us investigate, even though clearly he's already let us investigate before.
Oh,
Oop.
Pardon me.
It's okay.
I suppose the life jackets are stowed there, close to the railing, close at hand in case of emergency.
This ship cannot sink. Let's go to the whatever this is, the forecastle. I'm sure this is. Yeah, you fucking kidding me, dude.
I wonder if this game is an advanced version of bocce. Maybe the inventor realized that it's difficult to play ball games on a boat and came up with an alternative.
Do you remember bocce, Patrick? We used to play bocce.
No.
Don't remember that, like, 2 weeks that our family got into bocce?
I don't remember, like, 2 weeks ago, so.
Oh, alright.
Salty sea air in my old lungs, wind in my thinning hair.
Wait, is bocce the, like,
I could have been a sailor.
Roll balls on your lawn
Yeah.
game? Yeah. Yeah. I, too, love the past, but, got other shit I can do now, so.
Don't have to play no bocce now. Shout out to all the professional bocce players watching.
Shout out, yeah.
Look at this fucking asshole sleeping on the job.
It may not seem like it, but Constable Oliver is actually a very effective watchman. Constable Oliver brought something to drink. You can tell it's not the first time he's had to guard something. The bottle... No way to verify that.
What's going...
The Raven just...
What? I wasn't asleep.
I understand. Any conclusions about a young stowaway?
Yeah, he's a bit suspicious, foreign and whatnot.
I see.
Yikes.
Did he act suspiciously in any way?
No. The shot surprised him as much as it did me. Looked in on him earlier. Still seems to be asleep.
Covered with a blanket from head to toe?
He's still in there. I poked him.
With a taser.
May I go downstairs and have a couple of words with our guest?
No, you may not.
Come again?
Inspector Legrand wants to conduct all the interrogations in himself.
I'm sure he'll understand if I form my own conclusions.
He ordered me to guard the door, and that's...
How about a bit of individual initiative?
How about letting a man do his job? Or do you think you'd be better at it?
What do you think? What happened here last night?
The Raven broke into the Baroness's cabin, she surprised him, and he shot her.
What was he looking for in her cabin?
She was a rich woman.
Why did he lock the door?
Why not?
From inside? An impressive trick.
I'm not saying I know how he did it. I'm just saying that it was him.
Why didn't he leave a raven feather?
Are you serious? We'd have suspected him straight away.
But fortunately, we still did. Let's assume that the old raven really has returned and that he really is responsible for all this. Who is he? Or she?
Oh, could be anyone. No one's ever seen the Raven.
He could also be paying someone else to do his dirty work.
Well, of course. No, it's a fact that he used to work with partners. They even arrested some of his accomplices.
But no one could ever identify the raven himself. Some claims that they didn't even know that they were working for him. Fascinating. He could have hired someone with financial difficulties to set off the alarm at a certain time without that person knowing why they were doing it.
The man Legrand shot back then, he was a famous safecracker. He could just as well have been a henchman.
Or the real Raven. There's probably no better cover for a big thief than acting like a small one. I don't want to keep you from your duties any longer.
Good idea.
Back to sleeping.
The stowaway surely didn't sleep well last night in the cargo hold, although his cell is probably more comfortable than my cabin, and more spacious.
Wow, didn't Conti say we're getting like one of the best cabins on the fucking...
Right, I mean, what the hell?
Zellner's a dick.
He's such a fucking dick. You weren't even supposed to be on this boat. You have to sleep in that chair.
Curious. One can easily toss a gun into the sea from almost anywhere on the ship without being noticed. And yet, the murderer chose the one spot where it's not actually possible.
It is possible. Just fucking chuck it as hard as you can.
Yeah, I don't understand.
I hope I don't find myself needing...
I hope that's not like a major plot point. 'Cause
Alright, well, let's
Alright, baby, here we go.
I can't seem to find our champagne
On the
glove.
table.
I think you just... Nah, I checked these already.
Okay, what about... It's gotta be in here. They, like, specifically talk about it. You can't go over to the...
Oh,
Okay,
The
okay.
ship
What
must have
about...
been rebuilt at some point.
can I go over here? Let's see. Nope.
Alright.
Wasting our time.
What precious time that is.
Ooh, a towel. I know how Zellner
Another
likes his
towel.
towels.
Soft towel.
He loves his
I
towels.
could reserve a deck chair with it. No, better not.
Take the
you,
towel.
You know you want that towel, man. Huh?
These things made quite a racket.
Okay.
Did they?
Guess so. Wait, what is that? Examine the chair. Was it lights?
Things at the bottom. And now it's Enter the Saloon.
No, that's not that one. Chain of lights.
Did Edison have any idea what would become of his invention?
Incorrect.
We support Tesla in this fucking family.
Let's go check to the ground.
I have to say, out of all the music in this
That is
game,
the
this theme is like the most like
Come in.
yeah, this is a murder mystery theme. They're like, whoa.
Set this up in a day?
Are you ready?
Good morning, Inspector Legrand.
He's the
My
Raven.
head is pounding, but I think I'm okay.
Chloral hydrate.
Hmm?
That's why you have a headache. I found traces of it in your champagne glass.
Oh, here you did the work for me. Cool.
Right, what the hell were we doing, I guess?
What have you
Sleeping.
found out so far?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We heard the shot. The murderer quickly fled the cabin and dropped the murder weapon over the railing later.
He's not looking at us. He's looking at, like,
But
over
why
my
was
shoulder.
her cabin door locked?
It's because he's looking at his open closet with Raven outfit hanging.
He'd have shot her in the head and left the gun at the
He's like, how did he not notice
And
that?
if it was murder,
He's like, look
why
at me,
did he go
look
to
at
all
me.
the trouble of locking the door from inside? And how did he manage that anyway?
Especially since we arrived just a few seconds later and didn't see anyone near the cabin.
Something doesn't make sense here.
No, it doesn't, and it's driving me crazy.
Well, I am well versed in the Agatha Christie mysteries, and I know for this instance she was dead before the gunshot.
Did you
Oh.
find the murder weapon?
On the gangway,
She was probably stabbed, and then the gunshot was shot over the stab wound to give the indication that she was shot.
He would have stood close to the railing to let it fall unseen.
And since he doesn't know the ship, he had bad luck and dropped it right onto the gangway.
And who do we know who has a pistol?
And do you
That's
find
right,
Matt.
Matt.
Not
Yep.
it.
Neither do I.
The
Arrest
jig is
that
up.
boy.
What kind of a gun is
It was a wooden gun.
A wooden gun.
Oh, it was a Luger? It's the German then.
Manufactured a million times during and after the
Jesus.
First World
Yeah,
War.
obviously, it's the German, right? You don't say it's a Luger and not expect the German to.
He confirmed that it's his gun, but he claims that it was stolen from him.
fingerprints?
Nothing.
Whose gun was it?
Mentioning that the clip was
The
missing
violinist.
bullets.
Apparently he's
Ah.
still around.
And it's definitely the murder weapon.
The ballistic tests are incomplete. Actually, I've been waiting far too long for the bullet recovered from the corpse. Pay the good doctor a visit, Zellner, and see that he does his job.
You think that the jewel thief is the murderer?
Our friend would have needed another key to open the safe and steal the second eye, the one the Baroness was carrying. At least, that's what we imply.
What do you mean?
The Baroness was famous for her forgetfulness. I convinced her to give me the third key. It
Because
seems
I'm the Raven.
for the eye.
The thief searches the Baroness's cabin looking for the third key.
She returns from the saloon earlier than expected.
Surprises him, and he can't allow her to identify him.
He imprisons her until the coast is clear, and then shoots her.
And thus, the thief becomes a murderer.
But still doesn't
Does he have
know
a widow's peak on his head?
What do you mean?
Like the back of his head seems to have a widow's peak too. He's got this little tuft right here.
Ask a question and we'll find out.
Do you believe the violinist?
No, that's
He'll
just
be the
how
first
like
person
people
to
get their
question.
haircut
He
into
claims
like
he can't
round
remember
or
anything from the last few hours.
You've had a
As if
haircut,
he
yeah?
drank a bottle of schnapps.
Not in a while.
He was on the train, and he doesn't have an alibi. His drunkenness could be a smokescreen.
He fits the profile. He travels a lot, has access to high society. Could be interesting.
And
drugs.
this chloral hydrate?
Is a tranquilizer. Can be dissolved in alcohol. The effect begins in minutes and lasts for hours. Who gave you the glass of champagne?
I believe it was Captain De Conti.
If
I wish I could
were
remember
enough
if
for
that's
us,
true.
We'd have become priests, Constable. Be a
That was good.
policeman and find out for sure.
That was a
Understood.
good line.
Yep. Good shit, Raven.
Good shit.
Are you sure that there's no bomb?
Well done,
inside
Raven
this time?
Remastered.
Professor Lucien,
We would have
look
become
things up
priests,
in
I
our
like
links
it.
And it will be open for the first
10 out of 10.
time.
Let's hope so.
It would take hours to crack it, and you'd need heavy machinery.
Or the keys.
Or the 3 keys, that's right.
Do you really think that the Raven is behind all this?
You
No,
wrote the letter
because
that
I'm
was
the Raven.
safe in the train. Without the letter, we wouldn't have opened the safe and the bomb.
Of course, I am the Raven,
But it
and thus
doesn't
have stolen
seem
many
like him,
things.
does it? The Raven was famous in part because he never hurt anyone, much less killed anyone, during a burglary.
It's his handwriting, and he called me Nico. No one else does that.
What about your
Chased
cousin,
that man
Roman?
across Europe for years. It is him.
What about when you were in Grand Theft Auto 5?
The evidence?
For
Enough. I'll be on my way. I want to
Damn it.
find out who gave me
My
the drug
joke didn't work.
champagne.
Good idea. And get the bullet.
Sorry, everyone.
Five, you play
I'll
three
be better
different
next
people.
time.
You played
Inspector Legrand?
the Robert De
Are you
Niro
okay?
character. Hey, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to
Maybe
think.
you should take a break.
I can sleep once I've caught the Raven. Goodbye, Constable.
Be seeing you.
Okie dokie.
It's not Mario.
I mean, he is Mario. I really, really
Legrand is
hope we
risking
get our
not
hat
just
back.
his career, but his
Or
health
a
as
hat.
well on his hunt for the
I
Raven.
don't think so.
He's
I think
working
we're
like a
stuck with
demon.
the yellow and red
That's
shirt
why
for the rest of the
he caught
game.
the Raven and no one else. I'm not paying for this trip, and that's a fair price for my cabin. It's rather plain, shall we say.
God damn, man.
An alarm like this one was set off yesterday.
He's a policeman.
This one hasn't been set.
Why the hell is he so,
Security seal
like,
is intact.
hoity-toity?
An evacuation plan? And some tips from the doctor for avoiding seasickness, sunburn, and the like. And here, a schedule of activities.
Schedule.
A drink with the captain, a shuffleboard competition on the forecastle.
Forksel.
That's about it.
That looks like
A
Forecastle
real
to me.
barrel of fun.
Plant. This is suspicious.
A pitiful attempt to make the interior of the
Holy
ship seem less
shit,
dreary.
dude.
A bit of paint on the walls would have helped more, especially since a plant won't survive long without
Didn't know I was watching like the interior design show or something
I
like
think
that.
I think he is too much like Poirot to be the policeman that he is.
a model
It's
of
like
the living
that is how that
was
character
rebuilt.
interacts with the world,
Used to
but
be a
he is
player.
like a private detective of
Cabins
world
in the
renown
saloon
and
later.
success. Like,
Well, he was originally part of the Belgian police force.
right, but he wasn't sitting there going, "Oh,
A little
pathetic
stones and
plant,
flower
pathetic
pots.
room, pathetic chairs, pathetic."
Yeah.
Not only does the poor plant have to make do without sunlight, it doesn't have any soil either.
Someone took the soil and used it to make bullets.
Really? What am I supposed to do with
I don't know. You tell me. You keep wanting to grab them.
Although, sooner or later.
I might need some stones.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. I could click.
Sooner
on
or
it.
later, we all die with a stone in our pocket. That's what we say in Switzerland. Oh shit!
Hello, Dr. Gebhardt.
And there's the next one.
Excuse me?
You want something else from me, don't you?
I'm afraid I do.
What a first day at work. Well,
What's the result of your examination of the victim?
she's dead.
I didn't make you work all night long, Dr. Gebhardt.
She was shot. Point blank shot. Probably with a pistol. It seems like she was lying in bed. The shot struck her hard. She died immediately.
One
Okay.
shot?
More were unnecessary. And we only heard one shot, no?
And there's just one entrance wound.
Just one.
I am told that I was drugged.
That's how it seems.
What can you tell me about it?
You were drugged.
Why should that be my business?
Haven't you analyzed the glass?
No, I haven't. The inspector said he's the better chemist. I let him do it. That way I could at least concentrate on the body.
Do you think the Baroness might have been drugged? She was very tired and unsteady when Legrand and I saw her.
Yeah, I heard about that. I must have just missed her in the saloon. And without having seen her myself, it is hard to make a diagnosis.
Of course. Can you say something about her general health?
She was quite overweight, and the butler said that she suffered
Fuck you,
from
buddy.
diabetes. Despite that, she hadn't visited a doctor for several years.
She just gets up and is like,
Sounds good.
fuck you,
Usually when you
you
must-
bastard.
Some people are scared of doctors and pay with an early death. It is possible that the Baroness wouldn't have lived much longer anyway.
Do you know whose glass I drank from?
What do you mean?
Captain de Conti handed me a glass of champagne. But where did he get it?
I don't know. Did you ask him?
I'm just asking because you were also in the saloon when the champagne was served.
Yes, but I only entered the saloon a few seconds before you did. I didn't manage to get a drink myself.
Which, in retrospect, is lucky.
Ah, you're right about that.
Have you already removed the bullet?
Did Legrand send you? What is that Frenchman's problem? I already told you. I will get in touch as soon as I have it. That is also what I told the constable, who he kept sending all night long, once I finally got rid of Legrand himself.
Did he look over your shoulder?
He probably wanted to take the scalpel from my hand and hack away himself. But this is my surgery, and I will not let amateurs interfere with my work.
Amateurs.
That's
Schedules and
understandable.
amateurs.
How much longer will it take?
Ugh. I have just finished. Send my regards to His Majesty.
Damn,
Did he just pull that out of his chest?
I think that's it.
I think he
for
pulled
now.
it out of
No.
his pocket.
That is it for now.
That's not where that hat went.
And then later, I'm going to lie down for a few hours. Can you tell that to your boss?
But
I thought he was going in for a hug.
could I
No.
at least have the key?
Absolutely not.
But if we have to examine the victim again,
Then the esteemed inspector knows where to find me. In
He's
my
the next
cabin.
one dead for
In
sure.
bed. Good night, Constable Zellner.
Yeah, that or he's German. He was shot with a Luger. You know, sometimes the simplest answer is the answer. If only I had some
lucky that
stones, I
Lydia
could open
has
this
a
door.
well-stocked medical center at its disposal. I suppose it was added during the war. A ship of this size wouldn't normally have a full medical center.
Too bad the curtains are shabby, huh?
This ceiling fan is so
Neither
terrible.
Dr. Gebhardt nor Constable
Need a little bit more
Oliver
color
can
in this
keep up with
room.
Legrand's pace, but in contrast to good old Robert, the doctor doesn't let himself get roped in for the long haul. I wonder what would happen if Legrand dragged him out of bed for another investigation.
Okay. I have the bullet.
No,
Okay, I'll go talk to Legrand then.
No.
Come in.
Happy to see you too, buddy.
Constable.
about the bullet. Here it is.
Excellent. Give it to me. As I suspected, a 7.65 Parabellum Luger.
Don't you want to examine it in more detail?
When I have time. For now, we can assume that we have the murder weapon. There can't be too many antique Luger all-weight pistols on board.
May I take a look at the Baroness's cabin?
We already searched it thoroughly.
Sure. But what about now?
Sure, but like, let me watch.
Yes,
Yeah,
fine,
yeah.
it can't hurt.
You
Here, take
you
this.
did, but come on. I am the main character.
Thanks.
Here's the bullet too, because you know that's what you should do if you're the head of investigation. Give your evidence to your underlings.
Of course. About the tranquilizer.
Do you know how you wound up with the glass?
Not yet.
Then you should stop wasting my...
I'll be
And
in
he's
Bergen.
not wrong.
He's not wrong, but I thought I might mention it to him again. You know,
Yeah.
why do I have to do everything? What's this guy actually doing?
He's staring at. He's like the main character of a different game or a different movie.
Is that the
So
Raven
he's
2
staring.
Legrand story?
Yeah, he's like staring at the papers and he's putting this in. He's like, God damn it. The longer I wait, the more lives.
That's not what I wanted to do at all.
That's not at all what you want to do.
Get the fuck back up there, Zellner.
I love these stairs.
I love the carpet on these stairs. It's so fashionable and functional.
This is the first murder scene I've ever set foot in.
You're a police officer.
Nobody dies in Switzerland.
Ever.
Ever.
That's just another Swiss trait that I didn't know about.
Swiss facts with
Another
the Raven.
alarm. It was tripped at some point. The seal is broken. But there's no way of telling whether it happened yesterday or 5 years ago. The most unportable portmanteau I've ever seen.
Where's her butler?
A portable bar is more like it. Must be hard work transporting this big, heavy thing halfway around.
She's got a bunch of booze in there?
Baroness
Nice.
is lucky that the other freight cars were only lightly damaged by the explosion. An impressive piece. The notepad has the ship's emblem on it. I suppose all the first class
Do I have to do the rub the pencil on the pad thing? Every game's got one of these things, man. Inspector, be in the saloon at 10 p.m. There is a murderer on board, and I will expose.
It says, Inspector, be in the saloon at 10 p.m. There is a
Interesting.
murderer on board, and I will expose him. B. The Baroness seems to have known.
See, I don't get
the
the. This is the one thing I don't get about these Agatha Christie stories. Just fucking tell the police immediately. Why is it like at 4 a.m. tomorrow at the church? I will tell you who the murderer is. It's just like fucking tell me right now. I'll arrest them. The murderer doesn't have a chance to kill you.
Do we know any other character that starts with B?
B?
Yeah.
No. And is B really like Baroness? That's not her first name.
Right, that's why I was asking that.
The mannequin surely came with the cabin. A mannequin for the Baroness's clothes would have a more generous figure.
Oh my god. Alright, let's check.
What's her butler's name? Or her...
Is it like Jack or something like that? Don't have a note about him.
We don't?
Apparently not.
We don't care about him at all.
Doesn't look like it.
Hmm.
A big, ugly, and impractical vase. If it had a wider opening, one could at least use it as an umbrella stand.
What is with
Never.
this guy?
Never take this man on a cruise. Like,
Does nothing but bitch about everything.
he has bitched about almost
Why
every
is his hair
interactable.
white now?
Can't see anything.
Just fucking smash that thing.
Son?
Heavier than it looks. Aha!
Cocaine.
3 cloves of garlic.
Nothing special. Although, it seems like one of the feathers was scorched at the top. Literally burnt.
So, rather a pigeon was shot, or these
I
are
better
feathered
take it with
pillows.
me. Why would the down? Oh, there may be something else in.
Uh-huh. What do I have? Nothing that would help me with that situation.
Apparently, the Baroness didn't have time to unpack her bags, or rather, didn't have time to tell her butler to unpack them for her.
Butler starts with a B.
It's true.
Sifting through all that would take ages. But here, The Baroness's handbag.
Some investigator you are.
Ah,
Money.
Her
a
wallet.
small leather-bound book. 1964 is engraved on it. This must be the Baroness's diary.
Luckily, people always keep these when they're about to get murdered.
Let's see.
Oh,
Yes, it's a diary, all right.
If I was killed,
Difficult to read.
it'd be unfortunate because I don't have a diary that I keep around with me.
No entry from yesterday.
Dear diary, today I was murdered by the Raven Legrand.
Sober description of what she's done recently. Met Morris. Arranged benefit concert for renovation of Louvre Southeastern Wing. Times photo shoot for Eye of Sphinx. BM. Poor excuse for photographer. Too fidgety.
BM.
BM.
And so on.
BM starts with a B.
This entry looks strange. The handwriting is shaky. Difficult to read. Dreamt of Bubby. Yesterday
Bubby.
would have been his birthday. Next week,
Bubby.
Jay's. Cosmetics. The Baroness was a very... She writes about Bubby and Jay. Almost every family lost loved ones in the war. Maybe hers as well.
Yeah.
The portholes face the... If someone climbed out of the cabin through a porthole, Legrand and I would have seen them.
Ooh, there's something under the bed. You see it?
Yeah. I see it.
Something's under there.
Yeah, he agrees with you.
More feathers. And they're singed as well. I'll put them with the
Howard
others.
the Duck is the Raven? Dear God. Is this Marvel's canon MCU?
Yeah,
Once
that's the next
again-
that's the next Marvel movie is fucking Zellner.
Probably part of the cabin's
Once
room.
again.
Just comes
If
in, it
that
comes into
is-
like Stark Towers and be like, "So, Tony, your interior design is fucking garbage. Look at all this shit."
A hoity-toity place for sure,
Tape
but
recorder
no
is older
practical.
than the hills, but it was
If
once
it ends
very
up being
expensive.
connected to the Marvel
Double the
Cinematic
range.
Universe, 10 out of
Doesn't
10.
come
Never
cheap.
saw it coming. Best mystery game I've ever seen.
Strange. There's only one reel.
Doctor Strange. The pieces are coming together.
No. No sign of the original reel. A reel made by Zeibling. I know the brand. Zeibling's tapes can be overwritten. They're used in offices so that executives can record messages for the secretaries on the same tape over and over again. But they're not good for much else. They're robust, but they don't offer much in terms of sound quality.
Take that shit, man. Shove that down your pants. I thought I was about to lay in it.
There's still blood on the mattress. The sheet and the blanket have already been removed. To analyze them, I suppose.
Doesn't that blood spot seem a little low
Yes.
for chest?
She was like shooting her in the hip or something.
Nothing.
I said the blood spot. Who cares about the rest of the bed?
The blood spot is the only sign that someone committed a crime in here. Somehow... That's odd.
Back to old
The
man.
blood is so...
Yeah, his hair just turned white.
Shouldn't it gradually darken in the air? Turn brown?
Yeah.
The unusual
Unless...
color of the blood could be... All cats are gray in the dark, as the saying goes.
I'm sorry?
I don't know. A sample. I need to take a sample. With
Okay, Google. All cats are gray in the dark?
take a sample. How do I take a sample? Do I have like a cotton swab or something like that?
Do you have anything that would...
No. Unless I want to use the feathers.
Oh, you could use the feathers.
I don't think. I think that's evidence and we shouldn't tamper with it. There's more in the base?
There may be something else.
But he can't reach it. Okay. Come on, dude. Seriously?
Hmm?
I'm kind of stuck. There we go.
Sunflowers. By Van Gogh, I presume. He liked to paint that sort of thing. Can't be an original. They cost thousands of francs.
I was about to say, I don't believe that's an original Van Gogh. Unless they're going to make that like, he will never amount to anything joke.
Holy shit.
The door
What?
frame was damaged when Dr. Gebhardt kicked it in. The real question is, why was the door locked in the first place? Assuming the murderer isn't a magician, and the Baroness locked the door herself before she went to bed, the murderer couldn't have left the cabin through the door. So, the murderer must have still been in here when Dr. Gebhardt kicked the door in. Which is unlikely because someone would have seen him.
Yes.
Or he found another way out of the cabin.
Yes.
There should be a ventilation shaft behind the hatch. Usually a good way to break in and out undetected. But we're on a ship. The ventilation shafts are very small here. I can't say why, but something tells me that the murderer entered and left the cabin through the door. The only question is how.
Can you examine the pillows at all?
Nope. Only the blood spot, which I need to take a sample of, which I can't. Maybe Legrand has like some cotton swabs from me or something.
The Baroness's butler looks like he didn't get much sleep. I would describe his facial expression as worried.
Really? I mean, it looks like he's just
Thank
doing a
you.
little dance.
Hello, Mr. Inch.
Oh, Constable, hello.
You look the worse for wear. It must be terrible for you.
Quite.
Oh shit.
No one will hire me now.
Next time.
No shit. What time are we at?
37 minutes.
Oh crap. This is a movie, everybody.
Yeah, super long episode for you guys here.
Alright.
Alright. No gardeners on the ship. I understand your problem.
Circumstances, I'm sure you'd answer.
Okay, there we go. Alright, see you guys.
But peace.